Alex, I walked into the shop this morning, reached for my coffee, and realized I'd left a handful of walnut sawdust on the workbench right next to the bean grinder.
Oh no, please tell me you didn't.
Let's just say it was a high fiber roast. Very earthy, very structural.
Haha. Honestly, at this point, I think your blood type is just tight bond 2. Welcome back to the TigerDen podcast, everyone. It's Tuesday, February 3rd, 2026. I'm Alex, and with me is the man who apparently prefers his caffeine with a side of hardwoods, Tiger.
It builds character, Alex, and a very rough digestive tract. But hey, we're not here to talk about my poor morning decisions. We've got a massive day today. We're talking battery-powered welding, which still feels like sci-fi to me, the secret sauce of the electrical trades, and how to actually make a mortgage payment selling things you made in your garage.
All right, let's start with the heavy metal. You were reading that 2026 fabrication forecast. 70% of fabricators are looking at new press brakes. That sounds like a lot of heavy machinery moving around this year.
It's a huge shift toward precision. But the thing that stopped me in my tracks was the ESAB launch. They just dropped these battery-powered welding tractors, the Track Fender series.
Wait, hold on. A tractor? When I hear tractor, I think John Deere and hay bales. I'm assuming we aren't plowing fields with a MIG welder.
Not unless you want a very expensive, very small furrow. No, these are automated carriages. You set them on a rail or a wheel path, and they carry the torch for you. But here's the thing. Nobody tells you about industrial welding. The cord dance is the bane of a fabricator's existence. You're trying to weld a 50-foot seam on a tank or a bridge girder, and you're constantly fighting 300 pounds of copper cable getting snagged on a corner.
So these are cordless? Like my drill?
Exactly. Battery powered. You can take industrial scale automation into the middle of a literal field or the top of a skyscraper without dragging a generator tether behind you. Ask me how I know how much that sucks.
I'm guessing there's a story involving a ladder and a very angry foreman.
20 years ago, let's just say I learned that gravity is much stronger than a 220-volt extension cord. Seeing guys today able to just pick up a tractor and go, it's a different world. It's like when we went from corded circular saws to battery ones. People laughed until they didn't have to spend 30 minutes untangling knots.
It's cool to see companies like Co-Press Equipment celebrating 50 years too. Started in a garage in '76. That's the dream, right?
That's the only dream. Every empire starts with one person tripping over a bucket of scrap in a shared garage.
Speaking of empires, let's talk about the people keeping the lights on in them. We're looking at the connected electrician today. You're always telling apprentices to stay off their phones in the shop, but now you're saying they need to be online?
I'm a hypocrite, Alex. We've established this. But seriously, the electrical trade is changing. It's not just pulling Romex anymore. It's safety leadership and digital specs. Electrical Contractor magazine just revamped their whole setup. Digital brochures on safety leadership for guys moving into foreman roles.
Okay, but what about the old school guys? You know, the ones who think safety leadership is just wearing a slightly newer pair of boots.
They're the ones who get left behind. Here's the TigerDen pro tip. Don't isolate yourself. If you're an apprentice or even a master, you need a hive mind. There's a forum called Electrician Talk.
Is that just guys complaining about plumbers?
About 40% of it is, yeah? The other 60% is pure gold. If you're in a 100-year-old building and you find some creative wiring left behind by a guy named Earl in 1942, someone on that forum has seen it. They've solved it. They know exactly why the walls are humming. Use the community. Don't be the guy who thinks he has to invent the wheel every Monday morning.
I like that. The walls are humming is a terrifying sentence, by the way. Let's move to something a bit more profitable. The Maker Mogul section. You're telling me people are making real money on Amazon now? I thought that was just for, stuff made in massive factories.
That's the trap. People think Amazon is the enemy of the maker. In 2026, it's the engine. Amazon Handmade is huge, but the real quiet money is the influencer program.
Wait, are you telling me I have to start doing unboxing videos and using beauty filters on my shop vac?
Please don't. The world isn't ready for your Get Ready With Me workshop edition. But listen, if you're already using a specific welder or a Japanese pull saw and you're documenting your build anyway, link it. You're essentially getting a finder's fee for tools you actually believe in. It's passive income. It's the earn while you sleep part of the business.
Okay, but for the person actually selling physical products, what's the move right now? It feels like the market is flooded.
You've got to niche down. Don't just make wooden boxes. Make a custom organizer for the Milwaukee M18 battery lineup with a built-in magnetic bit holder.
Specific. I like it.
Specificity is the antidote to competition. If you're the only person making a very specific solution for a very specific group of people, you don't have to compete on price. And use tiered pricing. Good, better, best. Give people a path to spend more money with you.
Here is the box, here is the box with a lid, and here is the box that was touched by Tiger.
Exactly. The third one costs 5 times as much and comes with a light dusting of walnut sawdust coffee.
Let's get into the DIY mastery side. This is for the person who isn't trying to start a factory, but just wants to make something cool this weekend. You mentioned end grain cutting boards are still king. Isn't that a bit 2015?
It's a classic for a reason. They call it functional art. If you use scrap hardwoods, the stuff most people throw away, your profit margin is astronomical. But people get intimidated because they think they need a massive shop. They see these guys on the Maker channel with $5,000 CNC machines carving out intricate signs, and they think, well, I guess I'll just make another birdhouse.
Right. It's the gear envy roadblock. I can't do that because I don't have a laser-guided plasma whatever. This sounds such a non sorial.
Here's the thing nobody tells you. Some of the best-selling custom signs I've ever seen were made with a $90 trim router and a piece of carbon paper.
Carbon paper, like the stuff from the 80s.
Old school. Print your design, trace it onto the wood with carbon paper, and just follow the lines with a small router bit. Or the floating letter technique. Use a scroll saw to cut letters out of a different wood and glue them onto a backer. It looks three-dimensional, professional, and you didn't need to program a single line of G code.
So you're saying it's about the eye, not the equipment?
Always. I've seen people with 10 grand in tools make garbage, and I've seen guys with a chisel and a dream make heirlooms. The high-profit stuff is about the finish and the story. People aren't buying a piece of wood. They're buying the fact that a human being spent 4 hours making it perfect.
That's a good place to wrap, I think. Whether you're a pro electrician looking for your next career jump or just someone trying to figure out how to use a scroll saw without losing a fingernail, there's a path for you here.
And that's the real takeaway for today. Don't wait for the perfect tool or the perfect shop layout. The ESAP guys started somewhere. Co-Press started in a garage. I started by ruining a perfectly good dining room table in my apartment.
Haha, I'm sure your landlord loved that.
He did not. But the point is, your edge, the thing that makes you a better maker or a better tradesperson, isn't something you buy. It's something you build, one mistake at a time. Just try not to drink the sawdust.
Wise words. If you want to dive deeper, check out the TigerDen learning paths. Whether you're looking to explore the trades, become a maker mogul, or achieve DIY mastery.
Go get your hands dirty. We'll see you in the shop tomorrow.